Alright, greetings YouTube. This video was actually brought on by a friend of a friend of a friend that said they were looking for an Acura MDX, and as I began to look at the MDXs, some of the prices were astronomical, some were, exorbitant, the bullshit that engulfs the car industry. So the question I have to ask or even pose is, when do car values go up? Now that's a very close-ended question, and the answer is fairly simple. It's not really difficult to decipher, but you chew on that, and what I'll do is I'll let you see exactly what it is I'm talking about. Now, the Acura MDX, he gave me the budget, etc. I looked online. I looked at some of the list sites as well, and I came up with the 2003 to 2006 Acura. And let me first state that between the 2003 and the 2006, there's really not that much difference. Even the 2007, they just changed up the models of sort. Other than that, they pretty much aesthetically they look fairly the same. Very minor tweaks, etc. Now, what I mean by the BS, which you can call, is when we look at their book, which is the official used car guide, and we start to look at, let me see if I can focus here, and we start to look at their book. We look at the 2003 to 2005. Well, better yet, let's look at the 2001. I actually didn't know they made 2001s. So let's look at that. As you can see, the price for a touring edition is $41.75. The price for a touring edition 2002 is $47.75. 2003 is $51.75. 2004 is $57.75, and then at the 2005 it jumps up to a $7,200. Now, if we look at the 2006, that actually jumps as well to $9,500. Now, that question that I posed, a couple of seconds ago, a minute or so ago, the simple answer to that is car values never go up, ever. Okay, unless it's a specialty or rarity or a classic car. Now, in their own book, you see that those prices were pretty much chronologically in line. They weren't, scattered all over the place. They weren't everywhere. And as I stated, the cars look fairly similar. They look fairly similar. But what you see is when they got to the 2005, it jumped up to the 7,200. And then when it got to 2006, it jumped up to 90. What did I say? What was that? I'm sorry, 9,500. Now, since me and my friends, we actually sell cars on the side, etc. Been in the car industry since been doing it on our own since 2003. Been in the car industry since about 1999. What we do is we do our own analytical deductions and depreciation. Now, for 2005, that price is $41,255. If we do the math, and for the most part, we all know that a car loses half of its value 2 to 3 years within the first 2 to 3 years. So, in 2008, that car would be worth $2,627, according to the original MSRP, mind you. Once we do our deduction and our appreciation, that comes to about $14,400. So that 2005 touring model is actually worth $6,227. That's the actual value of the car. Okay, and if you actually look at the 2005, you will see $6,200 for the base model. So actually, that number, that $7,200, is off by $1,000, and the base model is actually off by $1,000. The base model is actually off by what 5,200? Yeah, it would be off by $1,000. Those are the values of the car, right? But you see, they're going up. Now you may ask, well, who allowed the company to go up and why? Well, the thing is, they basically make up their own prices based on whatever inflation, cost of living, etc. Now, let me be very frank. Everything in America, what we need: food, clothing, shelter, and transportation, and everything is going up pretty much exponentially, except our hourly rates, our hourly wages, and our salaries. But everything else is going up. Food has gone up. Okay, clothing is about the same, but some has gone up as well. Shelter, you see what the hell they charging for houses now. You can't even get. I remember I used to live in the bottom section of West Philly, and I mean, you talking about killings and drug dealers and all of that in homes that were $350,000, $500,000 houses. Okay, and this was this was a long time ago. This was like 15 damn years ago. So I know they're higher now. So you know, they make up their own prices. But again, we have to go back to the question: when do car values go up? This is an Acura MDS is a mass-produced car. That car doesn't go up in value, but as you can see, they make the car go up in value. And actually, you know what's funny? I got to talk about this Highlander shit that I saw today as well, but I'll make another video for that. It's not enough time for that. But you know, that's what it is. Who can we blame? We can't blame us because we're the consumers. We don't, you know, talk to our do nothing local council members, our senators, you know, our state senators, etc. The Congress, our inept, do nothing, mediocre Congress. These guys basically sit on their ass and do nothing. They work on their own personal hidden ulterior motives and their own personal wealth. They don't do anything for us. They don't do anything for us. They basically work for themselves. So we have to galvanize and get them up off of their ass so they can actually do something. Okay, we can't blame the car manufacturers because they don't scold these damn, what's the names enough? They don't scold them. They don't scold the they do not scold these used car lots. Even the new car lots, they don't scold them. They allow them to do and operate, you know, cavalier as far as I'm concerned. Now, the biggest culprit, and I just talked about them, is our senators, our people in Congress, who allow these dealers to do anything that they want to do. You should not be able. This is not about capitalism. Let me make that clear. I've invested in real estate. I play the stock market part-time, seldomly, and I sell cars. So I'm not, you know, I'm not against capitalism. This is exorbitant. This is what they're doing. This is exorbitant. This is nothing. As a matter of fact, look at this. 11,000 for an Acura MDX 2005. This is the one I went to look at the other day. I don't know. You know what? I'm sorry. That wasn't the one I looked at the other day. I'm sorry. Pardon me. Look at this. 8,000 for a 2003 Acura MDX. 10,000 for a 2006. 9,000. Come on, man. I looked at this one the other day. 7,000 for a 2004. 9,000 for a 2006. 9,000 for 2006. This is astronomical, but this is what they're allowed to do on American soil, and they shouldn't be allowed to do that. They should not be allowed to do that. Not to us. They shouldn't be allowed to jip us like that. But again, we don't do anything, and then therefore the senators don't do anything. You see what they did over in Britain? Got tired of that bullshit. Said, "Hey man, look, we tired of y'all guys. We're out of here," and they left. They're out. Same thing can happen here. If your local council people, if your state senators, your state representatives won't do it or can't do it, vote them the fuck out of there, man. Simple and plain, vote them out of there, because they're not helping us. We need people that can help us, not these devils that's in Congress today helping themselves. Peace.